If you're in the market for an SUV, well, you have two options really. You can go for the OGs that are 4x4 Endeavours, Fortuners and the likes like that, or you can go for the front wheel drive first copies, let's say, like the Cretas, the Seltoses and the others which are really irrelevant. However, you do have a niche in the middle which I would suggest you to actually consider, which is this one, the Jeep Compass, and this one's the facelift. So today we are here to check it out. And for once, by saying we, I actually mean we, because I got the squad with me. Hey! Okay, so driving the Jeep Compass, it's pretty sedate. It's an 2-liter diesel, 170 bhp, around 350 Newton meters of torque. But the talking point actually is the interior, because that's where the overhaul is. So guys, check it out. How does it feel? Any first impressions?
I like it.
Yeah, even I do. The quality is good. Leathers are nice, but some things are a little flimsy, like the center console, but totally bearable.
Yeah, and I mean, I have come from the old generation Compass, where we took the old generation Compass for a nice 13-day drive into Gujarat, and we sort of loved the car. And the only thing we kind of found missing, or you know, a little bit of like an okayish thing, was the interiors, because the interiors were a little too plain for the kind of price segment this car sits in. And I think this Compass is kind of done justice with this generation, or this facelift. They've kind of done justice on that part. That's just my take on it.
You know, to be honest, aesthetically everything is really nice. However, some places it feels like it's just going to fall apart.
Yeah, I think that's what happens when Americans and Italians make
two things together.
You know, a car together. You know, half of it is like proper, like a good, healthy chunk of steak, and the rest of it is just pasta.
Vents are irritating.
The vents behind. Yeah, even I noticed that.
I cannot
the vents
get
are so
air
small.
to
It's
my
just a
face.
single vent. Just a single vent for so much space. This cabin is so big. It's one of the few cabins that I've ever sat on and just felt like, okay, this is designed for someone bigger, much bigger than me.
You feel like a midget in here.
Yeah, exactly.
The seats are huge. But this screen is really nice.
The screen's nice. I actually love the sunroof. The sunroof is really
a
cool.
massive sunroof.
Yeah.
Suspensions are a little stiff though. Little stiff.
Quite bouncy.
Also, big sunroof doesn't give y'all, whoever's buying this car, a chance to go out, stick your head out of there. Okay? Stay the
please
fuck
don't.
inside, or stay the F inside.
Please don't.
One thing I wanted to point out about this car is, over here, I'm sorry, we are driving, but we are driving very slow and with the seatbelts off. Over here, there's a button which is specifically given to open the rear hatch on the sunroof. It's completely, I don't know what's the point of it, because I mean, like, it just opens the sunroof from the back, and when you have to put it back down, you have to go on the normal sunroof mechanism. So that one button is just given there just to lift the sunroof up.
I mean,
Completely redundant. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're giving a button, make it in a way which does both the things rather than just do one
You can
thing and
understand that the Americans were drunk on beer and the Italians were drunk on wine while designing some of these things. But okay, koi nahi.
no, I mean, it's quite Italian to have, I mean, a cool overhead button,
Yeah,
but
which doesn't do much.
that is redundant,
Yeah, now,
completely
like, for
redundant.
example, this is opened up. Now, if you have to bring it back, you have to go on the normal sunroof.
Before the boys started to talk about American hamburgers and Italian pizzas, I quickly kicked them out and started talking about the design. This facelifted version does spruce things up a bit with minor tweaks, including a set of slimmer headlamps, an updated version of the iconic 7-slat grille, a revised front bumper, and new 18-inch alloy wheels. There are 3 new color options as well. More or less, the car looks pretty much the same. They have introduced these new set of rims though, which are diamond cut, and since this is the S variant, we get a dual tone paint scheme with grey accents all around. The back end has the same headlights, the roofline is the same, and like I said before, Jeep have spent more time fixing the interiors of the Compass because that's where the improvements were needed. On the outside, it looks as manly and as adventurous as any other Jeep.
Inside the Compass facelift, you do realize where they have spent their R&D money and where the facelift comes from. The inside has been completely overhauled to look like a proper modern car, and modernity has been restored in the Jeep Compass. There is a beautiful digital instrument cluster right in front of me that has
hella information. There is a massive 10.25 TFT screen which is right in the middle of the dashboard. The plastics are questionable in some places and really nice in some places. All the piano finishes are great, gorgeous, very solid. However, there are some other plastic pieces that are moving where they're not supposed to be moving, like the gearbox knob. Once you use the gearbox knob, it feels like a piece of plastic that's about to snap in your hand. Apart from that, it's very modern, very nice, comfortable, and very, very, very spacey, because this is one of the first cars I've ever sat in, and I feel like this car has been designed for someone much bigger than me. The space is paramount. I have so much space, I can literally spread my legs and drive. Apart from that, you have all the modern touches like wireless charging, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you have a Type-C charger, you have a USB charger, auto headlights, auto fog lamps, the works basically. So when you're sitting inside, you are not gonna have a problem at all. It's a very nice car. So the Compass is available in two engine options. You've got the 1.4 litre turbo petrol, which pushes around 163 bhp and 250 newton meters of torque, and you've got this one, which is the 2 litre diesel, which pushes 170 horsepower and 350 newton meters of torque. You've got three gearbox options, which is a 6-speed manual, a 7-speed DCT, and this one, a 9-speed torque converter. There might be no changes in terms of mechanical parts, but that's not a bad thing, because this is still one of the best handling SUVs I've driven, and at high speeds it's like driving at a cloud. Small problem that at low speeds the car does pitch and yaw because of a stronger and stiffer setup on the suspension, but otherwise you have a cloud-like drive, and it's very, very, very simple to drive, no issues. The gearbox sometimes does have its own mood. It wants to be a high revving engine, or it wants to just ride on the torque, but that is a small problem that you'll face in traffic. However, here at the expressway you just have no problems at all, smooth riding.
So there it is, folks. All in all, the capable Compass turns out to be quite worth its value when you consider the final product. Its interior is sophisticated and eloquent enough to go anywhere and justify its premium over the competition. This is your boy Bhavneet with the help of the squad. See you in the next